In 2015, a nonprofit company named Openai was founded by top-tier engineers and scientists. It was financially backed by bigwigs in Silicon Valley who collectively donated $1 billion to a noble cause. Openai is behind some popular products like DALL-E 2 and ChatGPT. Right from the get-go, the aim was to drive digital intelligence in a manner that would benefit all of mankind without the strain of needing to turn a profit. But hold on, in January 2023, OpenAI landed a $10 billion investment from Microsoft on top of a prior $1 billion investment in 2019. This made Microsoft a stakeholder with nearly half of the company entitled to 75% of OpenAI's earnings until the investment is recouped. At first blush, it seems like a standard investment in a promising company, but is that all there is to it? Shortly after Microsoft's initial investment in 2019, OpenAI shifted its structure from a nonprofit to a limited profit-making company with exclusive collaborations with Microsoft. So how did we get into this situation? Why has OpenAI changed its focus from a humanity-oriented organization to a profit-making company so involved with Microsoft? And what has OpenAI accomplished in recent years? Comment below. Let's chat. I want to know, and also comment if you use ChatGPT, okay? In today's video, I'm going to talk about that and more. From the founders through the technological research and achievements to the products, the funding, and how their mission may have changed over time. This is the untold story of OpenAI. It all started in 2015 when a group of passionate entrepreneurs, scientists, and researchers came together for a cause: artificial intelligence. They believed AI should be an extension of individual human will, promoting freedom universally and equally, and thus OpenAI was born. To put it in context, the world was markedly different back then. Many of us were eagerly anticipating the launch of the iPhone 6s or headed to the cinema to watch Fast and Furious 7, leaving with a touching tribute to Paul Walker in our hearts. It was a time when many saw AI as a technological menace, capable of causing mass unemployment or even being our biggest existential threat, as Elon Musk pointed out. Or for some, AI was nothing more than a reminder of Arnold Schwarzenegger as the infamous Terminator. But the idea behind OpenAI was to divert this negative persona of AI by creating something fresh and innovative that would help rather than obliterate humanity. That's why the brightest brains of the industry came together to pledge that $1 billion to the startup, not as an investment, but rather as a donation, to build this nonprofit AI research outfit with the aim of progressing digital intelligence in such a way as to benefit all of humanity without the worry of generating financial return. And check this out, in April 2016, just 5 months after its introduction, OpenAI launched its first product, the OpenAI Gym. No, it's not a traditional gym, but a tool for developing and comparing reinforcement learning algorithms. This includes a range of environments, from simulated robots to Atari games, as well as a website for comparing and reproducing results. If you're not familiar with reinforcement learning, it's basically a branch of machine learning focused on decision making and control. Precision and motor control, in other words, a way for computers to learn to do things on their own through trial and error. And OpenAI DIN provided just the environment for that. Soon after the launch of DIN, OpenAI posted a blog providing more details about its technical goals, like tracking progress, building a home robot, developing an agent with useful natural language understanding, and tackling a wide range of games with a single agent. And as you can probably imagine, all this has started to take shape in the not-so-distant future. Using data from DIN, OpenAI launched Universe in December 2016, just 8 months later. Universe is a software platform for measuring and training general AI intelligence across a diverse array of games, websites, and other applications. It is like a more advanced version of DIN, where any program can become a DIN environment with a larger variety of tasks and more interactions, allowing reinforcement learning networks and algorithms to interact with the real world, playing games, using a virtual keyboard and mouse to interact with buttons and sliders on web pages, and lots more. This was made possible with the support of several companies like EA, Valve, Nvidia, Microsoft Studios, and many others. OpenAI needed permission to use games and other Universe tasks, marking its first major foray into collaboration with other companies, in addition to previous support from Nvidia, Nirvana, and AWS. Universe has proven to be amazing, especially with OpenAI 5, an AI that specializes in Dota 2, a game considered more complicated than chess and soccer. Initially, the bot from OpenAI could beat the best players in the world in one-on-one matches in Dota 2, but the real objective was team play. 5 against 5, hence the name OpenAI 5. After years of work defeating bots and then real players in replay game modes, came the big moment on April 13th, 2019, when OpenAI 5 beat the world champions in back-to-back Dota 2 games, becoming the first AI to beat world champions in a video game. The most impressive thing is that the bot learned the game from scratch through self-learning, without using any imitation learning or tree search, an incredible feat in artificial intelligence achieved by OpenAI. You know what else is awesome? Your subscription to the channel. I'm here Monday through Sunday bringing stories and information to help you make better financial decisions, earn money, invest better, not lose money, and keep an eye on companies like Microsoft and OpenAI. So thank you very much for subscribing and liking, and remember that when you do this, YouTube shows this video to other people, my project grows, and as my project grows, I bring more videos to you, okay? Thanks a lot for continuing. Even Bill Gates commented on it on Twitter, saying that it was a huge milestone for the progress of artificial intelligence, highlighting that the victory required teamwork and collaboration. He had already talked about OpenAI 5 a year earlier when AI defeated humans. A year earlier when EA beat Manus in a closed game, and that tweet was the first time he publicly acknowledged the company. Soon after Elon Musk left in February 2018, a lot of people started speculating. Coincidence? Well, considering that Elon Musk and Bill Gates were never exactly best buddies, who knows? Speaking of which, Elon Musk, who helped found OpenAI, decided to step down from the board because of a possible future conflict with EA's development at Tesla. Since Tesla and OpenAI both work on research and development of employment tools, it makes sense that Musk left. And that's something I respect because, let's face it, there are a lot of CEOs out there who would use that connection to benefit one company over the other. But Elon's departure hasn't slowed down OpenAI's progress. The following summer, they introduced yet another innovation, the dexterity of learning. They developed a robotic hand with nearly human abilities to manipulate physical objects called Dactyl. Dactyl learned from scratch using the same general reinforcement learning algorithm and code as OpenAI 5. This showed that training agents in simulation to solve real-world tasks is possible without physically accurate modeling of the world. Quite an achievement. Then came Microsoft's billion-dollar investment, followed by OpenAI's transformation transformation from a nonprofit to a for-profit company. Or to be more precise, they created Openai LP, a sort of hybrid between for-profit and nonprofit companies to boost their fundraising capacity, but still in line with their original mission. They stated that the day-to-day work and focus on developing new AI technologies, not commercial products, would remain unchanged. This shift to a profit-making company, backed by Microsoft and soon to no longer be open source, caught many people off guard. After all, one of OpenAI's initial goals was to start without needing a financial return, and now, with investments like this, it's clear that Microsoft expects some financial payback. The decision to switch to a profit-making company surprised me too, but it actually makes a little bit of sense. It lets them raise more resources to achieve their goals in AI research and innovation because, let's face it, this business is expensive. But this shift marked a turning point for OpenAI, from an open source, non-profit organization focused on humanity to a profit-making, Microsoft-backed company. OpenAI kept working as it did before Microsoft's investment, releasing several products and research discoveries in the same year. There was Musinet, a deep learning network that can generate 4-minute musical compositions with 10 different instruments, mixing styles from country to Mozart to the Beatles. And they even solved the Rubik's Cube with a robotic hand. Remember Dockle that I spoke about a little earlier? It's evolving. And of course, GPT-2, which is the predecessor of GPT-3, the foundation of GPT chatbot. I bet you've heard of it. The task of a creator is to create content for people, record, edit, post, and monetize. Life's a struggle, huh? But it all becomes worth it when that awesome content. But as the partnership with Microsoft developed, we noticed a change, not exactly in the technological advancements, but in the way OpenAI's products integrated quite a bit with Microsoft. It's surprising, for example, when GPT-2 was released, the model's source code and weights weren't available publicly, at least not right away, until it was considered secure. And when GPT-3 was released in 2020, it came with the announcement of Microsoft's exclusive license, meaning only Microsoft has access to GPT-3's underlying model. No open source or model weights. We can only use GPT-3 through an API provided exclusively by OpenAI and Microsoft APIs. This marked OpenAI's first commercial product, the API. And this is just a year after they said the day-to-day work would not change and believed they could create more value by focusing exclusively on developing new technologies, not commercial products. But the API is a commercial product, so they went ahead and launched a commercial product while they stopped open sourcing and gave exclusive rights to GPT-3's code to Microsoft. But why? They said developing commercial products is one of the ways they can financially ensure success for more research, which helps pay for all the ongoing technology, security, and political efforts. But they already knew that when they decided to become a for-profit company. Now it seems like they're going back on their word. This is a repeated pattern that I've been noticing. They say or do one thing and then do the opposite. From a nonprofit to a for-profit organization, from open source to closed source, from denying commercial products to launching them. It's a series of major changes. Copilot didn't copy the code word for word, which was proven true in this case. This raises an ethical question. Is it right for companies like GitHub or OpenAI to train these systems with open source code created by thousands of developers and then sell the use of these systems to the same developers? Well, I'll let you decide here in the comments. OpenAI then announced two of the most talked about products of 2022, DALL-E 2 and ChatGPT. Ever seen a polar bear playing bass or a robot painting Picasso style? I don't think so. DALL-E 2 is a new AI system from OpenAI that can transform simple text descriptions like a koala burying a basketball into photorealistic images that have never existed before. And the technology behind it is fascinating. It uses a process called diffusion that starts with a pattern of random dots and gradually changes that pattern to form an image when it recognizes specific aspects of that image. This is a significant improvement over the first version of DALL-E, which was released a year earlier in 2021. OpenAI hopes for the development of DALL-E, already released as DALL-E 3, to continue progressing specifically. Speaking of ChatGPT, my ultimate favorite release from OpenAI to sum up, ChatGPT is a conversational model advanced from a GPT series model. It's like a turbocharged chatbot. After its public beta launch on November 30th, 2022, it gained 1 million users in just 5 days and is shaking up nearly every sector. It writes for you, codes for you, and it's amazing what OpenAI has accomplished in the field of artificial intelligence. You can't deny the successes of artificial intelligence. There's no denying their accomplishments, but would they have been able to be the company they initially set out to be without these billion-dollar investments? On the one hand, I understand what capital can do to remove obstacles and enable innovation. On the other hand, I wonder if OpenAI has deviated from its original mission of benefiting humanity. I think developers still have that goal in mind, but the company has shifted from an open and free approach to a closed and paid one, from focusing exclusively on developing new AR technologies to apparently focusing on commercial products. So, considering everything I've presented here and comparing OpenAI's stock before and after Microsoft's investment in 2019, what do you think? Personally, I like the progress that OpenAI is making, and if the change in direction has prevented them from sinking, then I'm glad that has changed so that the company can continue surviving and releasing such wonderful products. This version of OpenAI is better than nothing, however. I believe they should have planned for commercialization from the start instead of beginning as a nonprofit. In my opinion, with the innovations they're creating, they could fund themselves through the GPT API, DALL-E, ChatGPT, Codex, and any other ways they could find to monetize and fund their ongoing research. And let's be honest, even if it was open source at this point, I bet we'd all still pay for the API simply because it's easier. Do you think OpenAI should have accepted this huge investment from Microsoft? If Elon Musk was still involved, how would he have started the path of OpenAI? Share your thoughts in the comments. Remember, subscribe to the channel, hit the like so you don't miss anything. The next video is appearing here now. It makes total sense for you to watch it. I'll see you in the next video. See you later.